Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Diablo 4. My name is Wilfred. So in this video, I'd like to share with you my experience so far from the Season 1 all the way to World Tier 3, which is the for level 50 and above. So I played a Druid in a non-season and I sort of stay in the World Tier 2 for a very long time until I was there about 54 to 55. Because the story took so long for me to complete. I was so distracted by other things like side quests and so on. So in the Season 1, I decided to change my gameplay a little bit and to attempt a capstone dungeon at level 48, which is 2 levels below the level 50 capstone dungeon, because I haven't done that before. Now, suffice to say, in this Season 1, I know a lot better than what I was before when I played the non-season. So I was able to kind of know what sort of aspect I'll be using, what kind of like affixes will be good for my build, and also I've been doing a lot of crafting as well. Versus in the non-season, when I first started the game, I was hoarding a lot of legendary, not sure which one to use, which one to craft, which one to salvage, and so on. So this time around, I was very focused, and I've decided to just use as much material as I can to progress in the game. It kind of worked for me as well. But when it comes to capstone dungeon 50, I was 48, so I wasn't quite sure if I could do it or not. But in any case, I tried. As you can see in this video, I've done it kind of slowly, but at least I've completed it. And then I move on to World Tier 3. Now, for those who are kind of like new to the game, World Tier 1 and 2 are the Adventurer as well as Veteran. The only difference between the two of them is just in World Tier 2 in Season 1, you're given more rewards, such as 20% higher experience points, compared to World Tier 3, which is 100% more experience point. So if you net think about that, it's just about 67% better when it comes to World Tier 3 compared to World Tier 2. So the idea is that, okay, should I stay in World Tier 2 longer or switch over to World Tier 3 as soon as possible? Now, here's my experience. I've switched over at 48 to World Tier 3, and the minimum level of the monster enemies are 55 and above. So essentially they are about 7 or 7 level, because I can't level up quite a fair bit in the capstone dungeon. At least I got quite a fair amount of experience point, but still they are 6 level or 7 level above me. And this enemy, even the normal enemy, is very taking a long time to take them down. Now, there's not usually there's any lethal threat or whatsoever, because my Druid is pretty tanky. But having said that, it took me a long time to grind through World Tier 3 and trying to get the sacred items, and I'll talk a little bit about it in just a bit. So I played the World Tier 3 at level 46, 47, and I saw the 48, 49, and I sort of like struggle a little bit, quite a fair bit as well. Especially when I come across enemies that are vampiric affixes. Vampiric affixes meaning that they can heal themselves as time goes by, unless you stun them, at the moment before they can't heal themselves, or they may stun you, draw your blood, and then they heal themselves. So there are two ways. And sometimes a minion does that to you as well. So you get multi-stun, and then the mob keep replenish their health, and you keep trying to do your best to have some crit and so on. So my experience with those affixes was horrible. It was not hard, it's just time consuming. It's not hard, or this game at World Tier 3 is not hard. It basically just rotate what ability that you have, try to stun if you can, try to time yourself. But as for my build, it's pretty tanky as well. I don't really need to dodge any of the incoming damage, by and large. But still, when it comes to certain mobs like the vampiric one, I struggle a lot. But of course, with some luck, because if you do a crit multiple times, then you probably can sort of like get lucky and take them down a little bit faster. But still, I find it really difficult. So what's my thought about it? And also, by the way, I have the new season, the heart, to help me as well. Some of the heart are quite good, like it rotation buff for me, or it give me like, you know, a wolf for me to tank some enemy as well. So I must say that although I could get the world tier 3 pretty alright, would I have done it the same way? I'm not quite sure, because looking back at my non-season journey, my transition into world tier 3 was a lot smoother, meaning that when I go to world tier 3, my gear is more or less at the max of what the world tier 2 could give me, because I've spent a lot of time farming for those like 3 or 4 or 5 levels within the world tier 2, and I managed to get more or less, you know, the best kind of gear that you could get at world tier 2 in terms of item level and fixes. Well, not the best, but you know, at least is a decent compared to my 48 in Druid in season 1, which is sort of like struggling a little bit on getting the right kind of gear because I haven't really spent that much time on farming. The transition into world tier 3 Nightmare was a lot smoother as a non-season. Now, of course, there's a price to pay. The price was that I need to stay in world tier 2 for a lot longer than I would like to. And I was doing the story as well, so it wasn't that bad per se, but still, yeah, I think it's just time-wise. So I was grinding quite a fair bit in world tier 2, get the right gear, go into Nightmare, versus jump into Nightmare at 48, 49 and try to struggle through all the mobs at level 55 and above. But yeah, I mean, that is my thought so far. Now, of course, I could do the Hell Tie as well, but bear in mind the Hell Tie in season 1 has been nerfed, you know, for a bit, and I don't know how long they will take to unnerf them, or maybe they have unnerved it. I'm not quite sure, because the Hell Tie is actually +3 level above you, and I'm not sure whether it's a 55 +3 or not, so I need to check it out and see if it is possible for me to even get there, to get some decent gear from the mysterious chest and so on. So I'll do a little bit more on the Hell Tie and keep you guys posted. But so far, the season 1 has been interesting. There's been new unique, you know, new affixes, new unique that probably only one is applicable to my Druid, another one is the Uber one. I probably will not even touch it. What I meant was the new aspect that I could use, the aspect that's been rewarded as part of the season journey objective as well. So I'm having pretty much a lot of fun figuring out the season 1. I've completed the story for the season 1, the extra little story about the heart and the cage and all. Nothing too emotional. I thought the writing was a little bit flat, I must say. I wasn't really that impressed with the side mission, nor do I care about the dude, what is his name, Kamod or whatever, Kamod or Kamod, I don't know. I don't even can't remember what he's called, and didn't like his voice acting either, and the story wasn't that memorable at all. So it's pretty alright, pretty okay, just to give you a little bit of, like, you know, give us a little bit of story to follow in this season. But yeah, I mean, that's my thought so far for season 1 up to world tier 3. So do share with me your thought as well. Are there any points that you could resonate, and what advice would you give to me and, you know, my audience as well, if you're solo like myself, through the world tiers? And because I could imagine if I had a group of friends doing kind of like helping me to gear the world tier 3 would have been a lot easier than solo. So, but in any case, I mean, it's fun to just try things out and try to learn my way through as well. All right, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you again soon once I get further into the season journey. All right, see you. Bye.